If you're planning a trip to the Galapagos, then Isabela Island should definitely be on your list. It's the largest island of the Galapagos and offers some of the best snorkeling, adorable penguins, one of the largest volcano craters in the world, and amazing sunsets. So in this video, we'll share some of the best things to do, the best places to eat, and a full cost breakdown to help you plan and budget the best trip possible. All in this episode of Lucas World Travel. Now, to get to Isabela Island, we took a ferry boat about 2 hours west from Santa Cruz Island to Isabela Island. The journey costs $35, but beware, there's an additional $10 port tax to enter Isabela. But it is worth it, because as soon as we paid the tax, we saw this zippy penguin swimming around the port. He was so cute and so fast. Well, that was a nice way to start our journey on Isabela Island, starting with a bang, a zippy penguin. We stayed at La Gran Tortuga for 5 nights in this simple room with a great breakfast every morning. The best part of Isabela Island, though, are the amazing beaches and the incredible tours. And we booked all our tours through Galapagos Isabela Dive Center and had a good experience. So now we're about to take our first tour on Isabela, Los Túneles, the tunnels. So it's supposed to be like the shallow water where you can clearly see sharks and all different types of marine life. So we're, as always, excited because we love this stuff so much. This is our boat for today. Hey, we're all dressed, ready to go. Let's see what the Los Túneles are like. Our guide led us through the shallow waters of the tunnels, seeing dozens of beautiful turtles. As much as I love swimming with these majestic creatures, one of my favorite parts of Los Túneles is the colorful seascape here. There is a rainbow of stunning colors, including red coral, green algae, and orange seaweed floating on the water surface. It's a feast for your eyes, and we just couldn't get enough. The best part, though, is when we found a den full of stingrays and white-tipped sharks. It was equal parts scary and thrilling to float there in the shark's den. We've never seen anything like it before, and this den easily makes Los Túneles our favorite snorkeling spot in the Galapagos, and a must-see when you come to Isabela Island.
David looks like a big thing of seaweed right now. Octopus! Oh!
You will also get to hike through the unique volcanic landscapes of Los Túneles. We even got to see a few blue-footed boobies and one juvenile booby who was so young he hadn't developed blue feet yet. We were so impressed by the beautiful marine life at Los Túneles, and it's well worth the $100 per person price tag. So today is our second full day on Isabela Island, and today we're going for a hike on the Sierra Negro volcano. Now, this hike should take us about 5 hours round trip, and the real question is, will we survive? Will it be too tough for us? And is it worth the $35?
Our guide says it's 8 kilometers one way, and the first 6 kilometers are easy, and the last 8 kilometers are hard. But she says beauty is expensive. How cute is that? So the trail has been like this the whole way.
Dusty.
But it is very, very dusty.
Even though it's dusty, I prefer this kind of a trail because there's no stairs so far and there's no switchbacks. So it's not steep, it's mostly flat, and that's a good thing because I can usually walk all day.
After 50 minutes, maybe an hour of hiking, we got to our first viewpoint.
And it was stunning to see the massive black crater juxtaposed to the lush green scenery.
Now this is the second largest caldera in the world.
Now this crater is about 6 miles across and over 300 meters deep. And all the different lines and cracks that you see in the crater show the different lava flows over the years.
So now we're going down Volcan Chico. Now the last 2 kilometers of the hike are quite uneven and rocky, so it is a little bit harder to walk than the first, 6 kilometers of the trail. And right now it's kind of windy and the dust is getting in my eyes, so tip, it might be useful to wear your sunglasses to block the dust from getting in your eyes. And you may want a mask or a scarf if getting dust up your nose bothers you.
But the landscape here is uniquely stunning.
I thought it was a great hike. As far as hikes go, it's a long one. You got to be prepared for it. So it's very hot. So get some sunscreen or hat, and be cautious about your water out here. I almost run out of water. But I loved it. I think everybody should see it. If you don't get a chance to see it by hiking, you could always take a horse and go horseback riding or some other way to see it. But it's very beautiful.
After a tiring hike, catching the sunset was a great way to end the day. So we decided to catch a sunset happy hour. Right now we're at the beach restaurant, and we'll probably just get some chips, guacamole, watch the sunset, listen to the ocean. Not a bad way to end the day. And our appetizer wound up being so good, we ended up staying for dinner. So the veggie burger is actually quite flavorful and unique. They have these sauteed mushrooms that are just super delicious on it. So I can highly recommend this place. And for 4 drinks, an appetizer, and 2 mains, we paid $53. The next day, we walked a trail to the Turtle Breeding Center, seeing dozens of marine iguanas and a canopy of trees along the way. This little part of the trail looks quite magical, like we're in an enchanted forest. But after a lovely walk, we arrived at the Turtle Breeding Center, where you can see the unique land turtle species on Isabela Island.
So these turtles are from Sierra Negra, and you can tell the females from the males because the females are much smaller and have smaller tails.
It's amazing to see and hear about the progress they're making to increase the turtle population on the island. Leaving the Turtle Breeding Center, just 250 meters away is the Flamingo Pond, where you can see about half a dozen flamingos eating in the lagoon. For a quick and affordable lunch, you can stop by Delfina's to get their lunch menu. It's just $7 a person and comes with juice, soup, and a main dish. And it's a nice way to save money while you're on the island. Some other restaurants that we enjoyed include Gracias Madre, which has a delicious Aztec soup and Jamaica tea that was just to die for. This high-quality meal with 2 drinks, appetizer, and 2 mains came to $39.50. Another good option is Don Sanduchito, which is the sandwich shop right on the beach here in Isabela.
Trying a local beer direct from the Galapagos, Zaroya, and it's passion fruit flavored. And not a bad view, if I do say so myself. And this is delicious. Definitely have this when you come to Isabela.
Yeah, have that when you come to your sandwich shop.
For all types of delicious vegan sandwiches. You won't miss the meat here, because their meat substitutes really do taste like the real thing, and the prices are very affordable. After lunch, we hopped on a boat to see las Tinteras. On our way, we saw 2 penguins zipping through the water, and quite a few on the shore as well. These guys were so cute, and it was so special to get to see them, along with a few blue-footed boobies as well. After a bit of bird watching, we hit the land to take a hike on the volcanic rocks, seeing dozens of baby marine iguanas, a grotto filled with sleeping white-tipped sharks, and turtles as well. Our last stop was to do some snorkeling. And in the water we saw a stingray, a school of surgeonfish, turtles, and our guide almost got eaten by an octopus. He was just joking naturally, but it looked like he had a hard time getting that octopus off him.
Okay, octopus scares me a little bit though. I'm perfectly cool with sharks. Octopus are kind of weird.
The most exciting part though was swimming through a very narrow grotto where we could see 3 white-tipped sharks. Unfortunately, one of them had an injury, and I really wonder who took a bite out of him.
And today is our last day on the island, but we're gonna take one last snorkeling trip to Concha de Perla, or Pearl Beach. So we decided to rent some snorkels, and to my surprise, they were only $3 per piece to rent. So very affordable.
Very affordable.
And it's just a 10-minute walk to the beach, so let's go. The trail is kind of nice because you get to walk through the mangroves and see the sea lions swimming. Nice way to start our journey. There's a sea lion in my way. Will I be able to pass? Okay, I'll come this way. He just let me walk right over him. Okay. But after a quick 1-minute walk, we are here. So this area really does look nice and calm, like a swimming pool. So look forward to snorkeling here.
So now, gotta ease past the sea lion to get in the water.
At Concha de Perla, we saw some nice starfish, sea urchins, a sea lion zooming through, and numerous fish. I love being around so much marine life. It's so thrilling. It was also nice to see so much white coral growing.
So another thing you can do on Isabela is take a long beach walk. The beach here is kilometers long, so you can really go quite far with beautiful views of the water. And if you're lucky, you might spot some wildlife as well.
I see burrito iguanas, I see shark, I see the stingray, and of course we see some birds and stuff too.
So it really is quite an adventure just walking the beach here.
And we caught one last sunset happy hour at La Casa de Marita.
For today's happy hour, we're having wine and tapas. And this is our vegetarian tapas platter. Not a bad way to spend another beautiful sunset in Isabela at all.
So over our 5 nights on Isabela Island, we spent a total of $60 a night on accommodations for a total of $302, $100 on the tunnel tour, $35 on the volcano tour, $45 for Tinteras, $10 on turtle tour, a $35 ferry ride to get there, $10 in port taxes, and by far our biggest expense was restaurants, where we spent about $15 to $53 per meal. Now, because we didn't have a kitchen at our accommodation, this really racked up our expenses to $291 over 5 days, for a grand total of $1,063, so $531 per person. We spent a little bit more here than we spent on San Cristobal just because we didn't have a kitchen and couldn't cook for ourselves. But I do think coming to Isabela is definitely worth it just to take that tunnel tour alone. We really were impressed by the natural beauty of Isabela. It has a rustic vibe that makes it easy to relax and unwind, yet there's plenty of amazing activities to do that will fill your days with fun and wonder. It was one of our favorites in the Galapagos, and we think it'll be one of yours too. If you haven't already, be sure to check out our Galapagos adventures from the beginning by clicking on the playlist on the right there. As always, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for sharing with all your travel buddies, and happy travel planning. Until next time.